Hi everyone, it's Christelle from Permacrafters, and today we'll be talking about the wild medicinal and edible plant Yarrow, or Achillea Millefolium. I'll be getting into the plant's defining characteristics and the plant's lookalikes, its many medicinal properties, and how to make a yarrow oil to help with varicose veins. Yarrow is a plant we talk about in both our Herbal Remedies course and our Zero Waste Period course because it's such a versatile healing plant for everything from injuries to fevers, menstrual issues, and more. And in fact, in those courses, I go into much more depth about this plant's many medicinal properties. Yarrow is a plant in the Asteraceae family that grows here in Europe, as well as North America, Asia, and even Australia, where it's been introduced. It's a perennial plant that you'll find growing up to about 70 centimeters in full sun in prairies, clearings, and meadows. Before I get into plant identification tips, please know that this is not your complete guide to foraging. Please be mindful of contaminated areas or over-harvesting, and always be 100% certain of your plant identification and inform yourself about local lookalikes as well. So yarrow is a plant that might start to catch your eye around the month of June when it starts to bloom. In Europe here, it typically blooms from June all the way through October with a beautiful white or light pink inflorescence, which is a cluster of flowers. And in this case, it's actually a double inflorescence. There's the composite flower head, which is made up of two types of aromatic florets. There are generally 4 to 5 ray florets on the outside that are whiter, and fertile disc florets at the center that are a creamier color. So there are about 20 or more of these flower heads arranged in a corym. And a corym is where the flower stalks start at different levels. The lower flower stalks are longer and the higher flower stalks are shorter. They end up holding up all the flowers at the same level at the top in a flat-topped, slightly convex cluster. So a corym is not the same thing as an umbel. The umbel shape is one you'll find in the carrot family. So with an umbel, the flower stalks start all at the same level, which is not the case with yarrow, which is in a corym form. The young yarrow leaves start to come up in March and April. The leaves at the base are 4 to 5 times longer than the leaves on the stem, and the leaves on the stem are about 5 centimeters long. And in fact, yarrow leaves make for perfect little eyebrows if you want a natural look. And the leaves are bipinnately compound, meaning that they're twice divided into leaflets called pinna and pinnules, and this makes it appear as though there are thousands of leaves, hence the name millefolium. And finally, the stem is hairy, it's furrowed and very fibrous. It branches out towards the top, and at the very top of each stem are compact and adjacent bracts surrounding the receptacle. So it's possible to confuse yarrow with various plants depending on where you live, so be sure to learn about your local lookalikes, and especially if it's your first time foraging yarrow, wait until it's in bloom. So here are some potential lookalikes here in Switzerland. Now, first of all, there are different yarrow varieties, about 140 in the world. So there are cultivars that are yellow, red, or pink. So as long as we're talking specifically about Achillea Millefolium, it can be used medicinally. But there are also some types of ornamental yarrow like Achillea filipendulina or Rosio alba that are not used in the same way medicinally because their chemical makeup is different. So a common lookalike here is dropwort or Filipendula vulgaris that looks similar at the young leaf stage, but if you look closely, it has small little leaflets between the larger leaflets. This is not the case for yarrow. There's also some German chamomile that can look similar at the leaf stage. Red stem filary can also look quite similar at the leaf stage, but it's not cut as deeply as yarrow leaves. And then there's Queen Anne's lace, which can be confused at the flowering stage. The flowers are in an umbel shape for Queen Anne's lace as opposed to a corym. And finally, there's poison hemlock, which is deadly poisonous. So here are some of the key differences. Yarrow has a hairy stem that's very fibrous, whereas poison hemlock has a smooth, hollow stem. Another difference is that poison hemlock's leaf stalks clasp the stem. Yarrow's leaf stalks don't do this. And the flowers are in an umbel, not a corym. And poison hemlock can also grow up to 3 meters high, whereas the highest yarrow will grow is 80 centimeters. Yarrow is generally considered safe. However, some people do have an allergic reaction to yarrow in the form of a rash or itchy eyes, so stop using it if that's the case. And also, it's not recommended you take yarrow if you're pregnant, especially in the first trimester, since it stimulates the uterine muscles. And don't take it if you're nursing either. And also avoid it if you're taking anticoagulation medication or even coagulation medication. So the yarrow leaves and flowers are edible, albeit bitter. You can make a wild pesto or pâtés or tapenades or hummuses or even cheeses with the young yarrow leaves or young inflorescences. The flowers can be used to decorate your meals too. So yarrow has so many medicinal properties. If you're a Permacrafters student, please check out your course platform for the longer version of this new video. So for here and now, I'm sticking to how yarrow helps with varicose veins and spider veins. And please note that none of this is medical advice. Make sure to read our health disclaimer. Yarrow is a circulatory stimulant and increases the tone of the wall of veins. The flowers and flower stalks have been used in lotions or even compresses to address issues like varicose veins, spider veins, or even hemorrhoids. And the positive effects are likely due to yarrow's tannin content, its sesquiterpene content, and flavonoid content. And when yarrow is in bloom, its concentration of volatile oils is the highest, and some of these oils stimulate blood flow to the skin's surface. So let's get into how to make a medicinal oil from fresh foraged yarrow to address varicose veins and spider veins. We're doing a heat maceration today, but there are many more details on the course platform about other maceration methods and how to limit water in your oil when using fresh herbs. So here's the short version.